everyone is busy. But are we really productive? Would you like to do more work in less time? Are you someone who's constantly worried about not having enough time? Are you someone who has a long list of to-dos and at the end of the day, when you look at what you've done through the day, you feel like, oh my god, nothing has been done? If you are any of these above people, or if you're someone who generally likes to be more productive in life, then this video is for you. You can be a student, a businessman, entrepreneur, homemaker, or even a corporate professional like me. These tips and tricks are something which can help you. You can apply it in any fields of life. So let's get started with how to be more productive in our everyday life. Hi guys, thank you so much for tuning into my channel. I'm Rupal. I'm a chartered accountant, a taxation consultant for the last 8 years, and a graduate from Shri College of Commerce. This video is all about the tips, tricks, tactics that I have read about, I have implemented practically in my life, and that has really helped me. It's also time stamped, so in whichever tactic you want to jump around, do that, so it can help you. Point number 1, having a to-do list. Everybody prepares a to-do list, just before we starting the day. What I'm here telling you is prepare the to-do list the night before, so that when you sleep and when you wake up the next day, you know how your energy levels have to go, where do you need to focus all your energy in, and what is the work that you need to do. So you are mindful before you actually wake up. When you have your to-do list, the problem is that half of the time we actually don't realize that the to-do list keeps on adding up. You do one thing and then 4 things add up, and the list is so long that you keep on going and going and going. So how can you work around with that? Is applying the second principle, which is called the Pareto's principle. Wilfred Pareto came up with this concept that 80% of the consequences comes from 20% of the inputs. And that's exactly a mindset that we need to apply in our mind, that 80% of the results can actually come from 20% of the efforts. And how you can apply that. Now you have this to-do list in front of you, right? In that to-do list, identify what are the 3 most important tasks. Basically, it is like, identifying that if you do this particular thing, is it going to give you fulfillment? Is it going to give you the satisfaction that, okay, once I've done this thing in my day, that means that my work is substantially done. And that's what we need to focus on. But keep those 3 most important tasks on the top of your to-do list. Let's come on to the third aspect, which is the Parkinson's law. Now, Parkinson's law basically says that the work expands to fill in the time allotted to it. So you have to use Parkinson's law along with the Pareto's principle. And how do we do that? You break down the task, you set clear boundaries to that particular task. Or if that work has to be done in 2 hours, I'll do it in 1 hour 50 minutes. And in the balance 10 minutes, give yourself some incentive that you'll maybe roam around, you would have an ice cream or anything for yourself, which basically is like bribing yourself, but I think that's fine as long as you're completing a task before time. So far we have the to-do list. We have identified our most important task using the Pareto's principle, and then we have applied the Parkinson's law by identifying clear boundaries. And how I really apply this is also using Pomodoro Technique. Pomodoro Technique basically means that you have a particular timer for yourself, which is effectively a 25 minutes timer, then a 5 minutes break, then a 25 minutes timer, and a 5 minutes break. Apply this timer to whatever task that you are doing, and do not take any phone calls, any messages, or do not let social media or TV or anybody disturb you in that particular 25 minutes. Only respond in the 5 minutes. The next question that you would have for me is, I can't do Pomodoro Technique throughout the day. I have meetings, I have calls. I cannot work in solitude throughout the day, not talk to anybody or answer to my boss or my family. This is not possible. So friends, I'm here not asking you to do a Pomodoro Technique throughout the day. All you have to do is get up in the morning for the first 2 hours of your day, which is the most productive hours, and this is scientifically proven. So in those first 2 hours, you do the Pomodoro Technique, and then you start your normal day. However you start, 2 minutes rule. 2 minutes rule basically means that, for example, if I'm working on something in my 25 minutes using my Pomodoro technique, it's inevitable that there could be some message or some email will pop up. Whenever in those 25 minutes somebody is actually grabbing your attention, ask this question to yourself: can this thing be done in less than 2 minutes? If yes, then reply right away. Otherwise, this thing will unnecessarily be added in your to-do list. But on the second hand, if this thing cannot be done in 2 minutes and will take more than 2 minutes, then you should definitely add to your to-do list and do it later once your task which is in hand is complete. This was not easy for me as well because I am a night person, I'm not a morning person, so it was difficult for me to have this habit of getting up early. But I've started this recently when I started applying all those techniques in life, and trust me, it makes a huge difference in your life, in the daily routine. If you just get up 1 hour and give those 1 hour to yourself in a morning ritual, you will be more active, you will be more energetic, and you will get more work done in less time. The next principle which I really want to tell everybody is do not multitask. While it may seem that you're being more efficient if you're doing more than one task at a time, but research shows that your efficiency decreases by 40% if you're doing multitask. So how do you apply this? If you're doing an office work, effectively work on only one deliverable at a time. Close all the other tabs. Do not look at different tabs that, okay, once I'm doing this, but there are 2 other tabs open, and then you're shuffling between those tabs. If you're a student, just read from that one book that you're reading. Do not try to read from so many other things that one book is open here, one book is open there, and then you're actually shuffling between the books. The person to whom I really cannot say of not multitasking is the homemakers. They are brilliant with doing multitasking, but as a student and as a corporate professional, it's my humble request that do not multitask. Try focusing only on one thing at a time, and I'm sure it will really help you. And the pro tip here, my friends, is that when you get up in the morning, for the first 1 hour of your day, do not be on social media. Do not check your emails, do not check your phone, do not check your social media, no WhatsApp, no Instagram, no Facebook, no YouTube, nothing. For the first 1 hour, do not touch your phone and do whatever you want to do. Don't just get up in the morning and just scroll through Instagram or scroll through YouTube or Facebook or WhatsApp or anything for that matter. Just forget about all the gadgets for the first 1 hour of your day and focus on whatever you want to do. You want to read a book, you want to spend time with parents, you want to spend time with your team. Basically, there's so much to do in the first 1 hour. You want to do exercising for that matter. Let me just tell you how I apply all of these things in my daily life, and I hope that you are able to connect with it. So what I do, and this is how my day looks. I generally get up by 7:15 or 7:30. Then I get my morning tea. Then I spend at least 15 minutes with my book. I read one or the other book without using any gadgets for the first 1 hour. Then I plan for my YouTube for the first 1 hour, what kind of videos I want to make, the scripting of those videos, and etc. And by 8:30 or 8:45, I'm done with all of that stuff. And then I start getting ready, get a breakfast, and start my day at office. By 9:15, 9:30, I do start my day at least 45 minutes or half an hour before the office. I just find out what are the 3 most important tasks which I need to definitely accomplish today. Identify what are the 20% of the things which I want to give the 80% of the results. Then the Pomodoro Technique. For 1 or 2 hours in the entire day, I work on a Pomodoro Technique, dedicatedly, focusedly, only working on a particular thing. Then I apply the Parkinson's law in identifying specific timelines to that particular task. And if there is any distraction, I definitely apply a 2 minutes rule. You know what's the best part is that you do not have to apply all these techniques at one go. Try picking that one particular technique for yourself and apply it for 1 week. And if you think it's helping you, very good. If you think it's not helping you, pick another technique for the next week. And whatever thing works for you, Keep on applying that constantly so it can make you more efficient, it can make you more productive. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, if someone who's looking for inspirational and informational content, please subscribe to the channel and hit on the notification bell so you don't miss on any update. We can also connect on Instagram and Facebook, and if you have any questions, put it down in the comment section below so that I can answer them. Keep visualizing your goals and dream big, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye. The other things later on. And sorry. Pomodoro technique basically means that